one group that fights against money in politics is Wolf-PAC. Another one is Americans Take Action. Now, this is a group that believes in public financing. They believe in voting rights overall. It's a crazy thing. They think that all Americans should get to vote and they should have free and fair elections where they get to decide their own fate instead of having private donors decide their fate for them. So in California, one of the most progressive states in the country, you know that for almost 3 decades, public funding of elections has been banned. Now, the way that they did that was, as usual, more trickery. About 28 years ago, they did a couple of confusing ballot initiatives at the same time to trick people into voting against public financing, even though that's what they wanted to vote for. That's why the ballot initiatives sometimes drive me crazy in California. Now, for 3 decades, so many of the progressive groups, unfortunately, in Washington didn't do anything about this. Here is a giant state that leads the country. It is the most populous state and creates trends. Why don't you try to reverse that and bring public financing to California? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Dude, it's been 3 decades. It's been 28 years. It doesn't look like you're getting to it. So Americans Take Action decided to take action. That's why I love these groups. See, now there's a progressive group that isn't sitting on their hands and saying, wait, hold your powder dry. No, we got powder, let's use it, okay? So if you live in California and you don't want billionaires to donate to the politicians, you don't want corporations buying the politicians, well, then the answer is obvious, public financing. If you write their checks, they work for you. If Sheldon Adelson or the Koch brothers or even Soros or Bloomberg writes their checks, then they work for them. Okay, so let's fix it. Now, the thing is, in California, for the nation, it's Wolf-PAC, right? You got to get money out of politics completely. In California, though, you can have a real significant effect right now. You pass a ballot initiative, that's how it works in California. Boom, you have public financing, and you fix it for your own state. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Let's do it in California, and then let's do it in other states. But if you live in California, it's called the California Free Act, and we can get it on the ballot initiative, just us working together. FREE stands for Fair Reform for Equality in Elections, only the most reasonable thing in the world. So if you live in California, what are you going to do? It's going to take you about 60 seconds, okay? Democracy in 60 seconds. You're going to go to savedemocracy.org, okay, savedemocracy.org. We'll have the link down below on YouTube. And 3 simple steps. You go there, then you print the petition form. On that page, you'll see the petition form, and you mail it to the P.O. box right there on the website. So you'll see the P.O. box on the website. You put it on the envelope. You take the thing you printed, put it in. Easiest thing in the world. If you're in California, you got to do this. You got to have at least 1 minute for democracy. You have that, don't you? Right? Now, here's how we're going to win. Now, normally ballot initiatives get funded by rich people. In fact, as Americans Take Action is fighting for this, they keep getting asked by other political groups, both on the left and the right, who's funding this? Who's behind this? Nobody's funding it. Nobody's behind it. Okay, the people of California are behind it. They're like, oh yeah, I don't believe that. Well, you guys, you just got started, but you kind of have a lot of signatures already. So who's the big money behind it? No, the point is not to have big money behind it. The point is to have you guys behind it. Okay, so if you collect 500,000 signatures, and that's not an easy task, and you got to do it by the beginning of March in California. That's why if you live in California, do it right now. If you know anyone who lives in California, tell them to do it right now. If you live in California, you already did it. Get your family and your friends to do it. Tell them, hey, you know what? You're going to take 1 minute out here, and you're going to help save democracy in California. Isn't that minute worth it? It absolutely is. And I want to see the look on their face when this group, look, here they are. They just got started. So that's it's not all of them. That's just one particular event that they were at. Now, when the big money people see this, they go, oh, those aren't even lobbyists. Those are average American citizens. They can't win. This ballot initiative has no chance. Yes, we'll get to keep bribing all the politicians. Oh, I want to wipe that smile off their face. I want to get regular people like these guys. And if you want to volunteer, you can volunteer on the site too. When you go to savedemocracy.org, right up top, it tells you how to volunteer, right? But do the petition first and join these guys. They're right. They're not lobbyists. They're not paid professionals. They're just citizens who have had enough. So if you live in California, savedemocracy.org, do it right now. You know anybody that lives in California, go have them sign the petition. Man, if we get that on the ballot initiative and we get public financing in California, that is a game changer. And then all those groups who've been waiting around like, oh, we thought if we waited 4 decades, then maybe it happens on its own. No. You know how you get things to work? You know how you win? By fighting right now. So come join us. Do this right now. SaveDemocracy.org. Go!